Hello. I think everything's good. Yes, I'm a bit late today. I'm sorry. So could be a shorter stream than other days. And yeah, might play 2 or 1 game. We'll see what happens. And okay, let me just switch the screens here. And yeah, let me just run the ads first. So yeah, a bit of patience. So this one problem is black to play and kill white. So use this kind of freestones, yeah, to make kind of a white in a dead shape. So yeah, you need to kind of use this freestones, yeah, to do something. So you can see at d5 and e2, e3, like there's weak points here. So you need to kind of use them in order to solve the problem. So that will be another hint right here. And yeah, I actually didn't play a game of the series, so we did play against Dumpling in the chat. And today we're gonna continue with the series. So hopefully I can win and end the losing streak right here. Just gonna wait a little bit to go. Hopefully you guys all have a good day. And yeah, if you haven't checked yet, I'll be happy if you can go and sub here on my YouTube channel. That would be nice if you can do so. I am multi-streaming right now, and the future probably will be doing some content over there as well. So yeah, definitely check it out. Okay, I guess we're gonna try to find some opponents. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to just play only in even games, so no commie. So that's the kind of thing I'm fixing on. Maybe there's a bit of patience needed till I find. So in the meantime, you guys can do this problem. How would I rate this one here? Probably around, yeah, 5Q, 4Q, around that zone. And there were some interesting games for the Lanka Cup today if you're watching professional games here on Fox. And hi Intricate, nice to see you. Thanks for daily support. Hope you're all good. So yeah, now I'm a bit late on stream. I can't tell which games are which on Fox. Maybe there's the title here around, on the right, so I could switch the screens for you if you want. So here you see this 11th time Lanka Cup here. This one here, these two, but probably there's some other games that were played, but they since they're not live anymore, they just they did put here on the bottom side. It's very hard as a non-Chinese speaker. Yeah, I agree. In Japanese, you still use the Chinese character, so I could kind of guess, but yeah. It's just hieroglyphs for me. Yeah, I could understand. Okay, let's go. Okay, doesn't want to be. I don't mind.
対局を始めます。
We're not using the estimator anyway, so let's go. So we white this time. Let's okay. Yeah, so your opponent can leave if it's like under 10 moves and just the game doesn't count. So here you had a game between okay, switch again. Oh, I don't want to play too late. Would you like to play a game? Maybe I'll play this one to see. Yeah, maybe another time if you can. Maybe I think you already kind of asked at some point if I think it was you, right? Yeah, I'd like to continue one game for the series, so we'll see. If I have some time, yeah, I'll be okay playing. It's all good. Okay, approaching here directly is definitely interesting. So you could continue here, trying to take the corner here is also a big point that you can go. Yeah, let's try to think flexibly here. Usually white blocks this side here to use this one stone, but I guess this is all good as well. I think double Hane. If you just extend, this stone is kind of, yeah, not well placed overall. I think you still continue to crawl here and try to take center and play here. You could probably at some point attach, trying to strengthen even this area, I don't mind. But yeah, I'm not gonna try to go for too much complicated stuff here. Just trying to take big points. Against this attachment, maybe you need to have a plan, because just Hane here, this one, connect, play this usual stuff. Maybe you block from the outside here this time, because the value of this side of the board is low. So if I attach, I might just block from the outside and get here. So yeah, just don't want to have a plan against this kind of thing. And yeah, probably just taking the corner. And hi, EduQ. Nice to see you. And what the heck are you doing? It's very rare these days to see this Joseki, because black can take center and then kind of go and play and split the big kind of moyo. So here, both sides for the corner are all good. And you don't want to play this kind of Hane. That was kind of common knowledge before. But here the point is trying to take center and then leave it like this, because you're already alive, so you don't need to Hane this one. And then you can play something like this, split this moyo. So I'm just thinking about playing high, because just to, yeah, not like when you get capped is a bit different, like this. It's better to play high also if you want to try to peep as well. So that's one thing. Because here this peep, as you can see, it's not really, the shape isn't like kind of weaker than comparing to this and here. Even though maybe you're not going to peep directly, could just extend like this. It's a way better shape with this than just low. And since all my stones overall are low, so you could go for high here. Usually try to make a base, you want to go to the third line, so these are kind of nuances, but I think it's all good. Here you can try to take center and crawl. Are the crazy days of early Cardigo where everybody was reviewing everything? Yeah, but this kind of Joseki, you don't see it anymore. And these days, people don't like getting free freed, so they play 3-4 Komoko a lot. You don't like it? I mean, it's fine. It just depends on how you use this kind of stone. Yeah, I mean, could crawl once and then play away. Could also just block and be fine with it. Because if you block, you can still continue to kind of play here and then maybe peep, whatnot. So getting jumped is a bit kind of painful. You need to crawl here a few times and live. But then you can say that taking Sente is better. So just extending something here and then trying to peep, whatnot. Yeah, this is probably close. Because turn you can just block, and jump you can then crawl here and be fine. Unless maybe there's like crawl, there's Hane here. So for this reason, maybe you crawl once and then play away. Jump here, still block. Be fine. Yeah, I guess let's crawl once and take Sente and kind of extend here. Because if you play here, the problem is there's cutting point, so now I can cut here once. I think you want to cut once here. Use these two cutting points. So cut here, extend once. And then go back here at some point. I think this is a bit of an overplay. Interesting task today, not so easy as always. Oh yeah, the bottom right problem. Maybe that shape not feeling comfortable, but I don't think difficulty is much different. Yeah, so this one, maybe white would jump here. Is that the plan? I mean, you could maybe just sack the corner. Just get the outside here, play this one. I think as played you need to play this one, but maybe white will just jump. But jump, I'll jump here, and if we can squeeze here and just sack, I think it's better for black. So yeah, against this we need to go back, because there's no squeeze on the outside, and then we can use these two stones. And also there's this cutting point here. Maybe you could cut straight away if you want to punish this. The question is, locally, if white jumps, block here Hane, it is dead. I mean, you could throw in, make it a call if you want, but yeah, it's not really a call you want to play. Just cut here, jump. Do you want to play this one, white protects, and then run? Or just play here? Or just cut first? That would be punishing white's kind of shape already. But the question is, if white jumps and be able to take this, then this cut is kind of useless here. You know what, let's go back. I mean, maybe you could cut here if you want to be aggressive, but Okay, we cut here. Maybe cut is gonna play this one. Push Hane. Let me take these 3 stones. This is a bit weird. I don't know what white is trying to do. I mean, turn, still a lot of cutting points. Push here. This. Maybe probably white's plan is this one here and then net. This kind of thing. But I think if you cut, white will just jump, and maybe that's not really that good. So just turn here. Could Hane as well and then play this one. Not sure. Would like to use these 2 stones first. But you could also play away. Leave it like this and then use kind of settle with this 1 stone first. Because taking here, it is thick, but it's not really doing that much. But yeah, I think we need to run with this. The question is, do we push here? Yeah, I think we turn. I want corner then upper extension away. But that one, I think should be an overplay. Here you can cut here, push and cut this way. If you extend cut here, atari. Here you can cut. Yeah, seems like white should be in trouble. We can cut off this group here. This one white might go back. That's not the most kind of punishing type of thing.
2
If you can take here, white is in bad shape. Still have this kind of maybe peep around here. But didn't see white attachment coming. Yeah, I think this is too much because the shape on the outside is getting just destroyed. It really is banking on trying to like really go after this 1 stone. Probably it's gonna try to like give up this area for here. But this, I mean, there's this peep, and maybe we can give some points around here because we gained, yeah, so we connect. But I mean, this area right now is like pretty bad. Think you continue with Hane because you don't want to get jumped here as white. Why do I feel like these stones are dead? Yeah, that one I think you just ignore. Just jump here because now we can also continue to put pressure and have room with this. And double approach. Yeah, we need to have plan against this, but I think you can touch this way.
2 3 4 5
This shouldn't feel good for white. That one I think you just block because there might be this that you want to play, not crawling, taking weakness away. So yeah, I don't mind just connecting, blocking here. I think it's the only thing that white had. This Moyo is kind of gone. So yeah, you need to protect, but seems to be painful to just be here. I think we need to put a move here somewhat. Maybe you could continue just jump. Trying to surround here, go for this kind of aji.
1 2
Attach.
3 4 5 6 7 8
I'm gonna go for this. Maybe this white will try to counterplay. I guess just jump then. Could also just Kosumi here and try to ask, but probably jump here first. Try to surround here. Maybe knight's move could have been a bit better. But yeah, knight's move, there's this kind of a E11 cutting point. Maybe trying to attach here first. I think you block here, and if this one you block this way, you have this kind of sack this area if needed. Yeah, the thing is, this is gonna become pretty weak around here. Thing is, even if you push and cut, turn, this type of thing is sente, descend, can atari as well, extend, like give up a little bit here to harass this. Seems to be good. Yeah, so not pushing and cut because it gives too much forcing move for black, but this one I could just go back here. Have this kind of annoying Hane again here. Have a really thick shape. Yeah, it seems to be good to just connect here. Taking this point away. If you can Hane here, Hane this way, also the eye shape for this group is getting much better. And maybe you could counterplay something around here. But yes, Tom Papa, I think this kind of attachment, yeah, I didn't see it coming, but it's probably too much. Because this, I don't see what white gained here. Here, probably continue to... Maybe you could switch to block from the corner, in fact, because corner territory seems to be valuable in this case. So maybe against this you would just block here. Hane, cut, and connect this way. Yeah, but that one I can Hane here. It is annoying for white. Maybe you play away. I mean, if you want to be really solid, I guess you could play some move around here. Just connecting these two groups and putting pressure here. That could be a solid move. But yeah, I think Hane should be okay. And then cut here. Thing is, if I can take... There's this kind of point getting... So I can cut here, and then you can peep something around here. So taking this one is actually pretty valuable. White will atari from here though. And then you can still Hane this one. So yeah, white shape is kind of getting really in a bad position. And there's no kind of sente moves to a corner apart just from Hane here in the first line. Even block here doesn't really affect the life for the corner, so...
1, 2, 3, 4,
I guess could play here, but...
7、
Hey, let's
8、
take your time.
9残り2回です
Yeah, I think you just take here though. I mean, you could push here, because cut you can just take. Try to go after this one stone. Maybe it is better, but... Maybe push once, if take, then you can just play move here.
1、2、3、4、 5、6、7、8。
Yeah, I just wonder how much this honey is worth. I mean, it's probably worth quite a bit, but yeah, just I don't know. Maybe push still. This one I wasn't sure. Maybe you should push, get the outside rather than here. I'm just saying that I can play this honey here. And yeah, something around here should be... Yeah, you can Atari, but... Actually, this one I might not connect because you can squeeze this way. So now this is pretty strong. We have a lot of eye shape. I could actually try to go for slide or something. Attach.
1、2、3、4、
Let's try
5。
to slide here. Continue to annoy white here. Maybe pushing through the center was bigger. But And nice to see you, Mohammed. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing good. It's a long time since I haven't seen you on stream. It's nice to see you here. I mean, could continue with something here, but is it necessary? I don't know.
1、2、3、4。
Let's jump here, threaten this type of thing to reduce space. Just squeeze the eye shape here and connect these two groups. Next, if I can place something around here. It isn't that easy for white to... Yeah, okay, that one I'll connect. There's reason to say maybe against here is not really good, but I don't know. Maybe this one? Feel liberty, but then you have this kind of cutting point, which is a bit different comparing to when you just connect here. So this is some nuance, I'm saying. But usually just connect this one. Yeah, against this I'm not going to respond. I mean, white is trying to cross-cut here, I think, but I mean... this squeeze as well should be fine on this side. So yeah, let's go for this key point here in the middle. And let's see how white's gonna deal with this. And thanks for the words, Mohammed. Yeah, that seems to be painful for white. I mean, here there's not much you can do. Okay, what about cut here? This one you can just push. Maybe I overplayed. It is possible.
3、4、5、6、7、8。
You cut here. Maybe that one I should have just pushed.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Let's turn here. you block this way and it seems to be all good. Yeah, it could have been an overplay to play this. Well, let's move on. The thing is, I played stones on the inside, so lost some points. Not too happy with what I did.
5、4、5、6
Okay, let's just switch to this side here. Next, we're gonna try to play this type of thing here. To be careful, like this area not getting too big. So that's the only kind of point that white can actually do something, and maybe here. That one, I guess you could just respawn this way if you want to be solid. Maybe pincering here first though. Like this one, white would probably place something around here.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7
Could have just descend, maybe was better. Could be too soft to play that way. Hane here, take. White gets some forcing moves on the outside. Yeah, I don't know if it's good for or not for me.
1、2、
Just responding this way
4
seems to be reasonable. And then trying to pincer here, so we are kind of fine. Thing is, each territory for me is not big, so we need to kind of go for the attack. I think you just try to go here. Maybe just trying to invade here straight away. Attach could be something.
4
Ask a question on here, because usually white should extend to space if you don't want to have any problems. That one just attaching this way. Trying to go here, and maybe some point we could try to think of here, depending on the situation. I'll try to attach. Then we can move with this stone. The stones at the left, up left is dead now, right? Yeah, so these 3 stones are, yeah, they are dead. Don't think there's much you can use. Maybe turn here, jump. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult to do anything.
2
Here still would have this kind of cut. Would like to go with something here if possible, but white just plays here. Or this one.
1、2、
Seems like
3、
this.
4、5、6、7、8、9
Yes, ask though. Like here we can push and cut maybe at some point, but first I want to ask some question here. That one could extend. Seems to be dangerous for white. I mean, you could at least take these 2 stones. So now this cutting point isn't really a thing. If I can take these key 2 stones here, this one can probably push and
1、2、3、
maybe
4、5、6、
Maybe you play here. Don't know. I'm definitely not playing the best. This is probably mess up. And here probably shouldn't have taken but just pushed and get the outside. Not thinking about this honey too much. Just the points I'm focusing are a bit off. Like that. And even probably there's something, but yeah, this attachment seems to be a good kind of response against this. So if that's the case, would have wanted to go from the outside, like here at e8, for example. I lost my last game like that, lost a small group, and end result was equal to the points of that group. But at least this should be kind of some sort of pain. Here can still block. I think it's this. We have some forcing moves against here. Even though you don't want to play, like, there is something you can do. If you can split these two groups here, that's nice, and also just taking these two. So if you want to keep everything as white, probably need to play something like this, or try to trade with the corner. But yeah, since I can attach, I don't know how much you can try to crawl here. Because comparing to here, if you just get everything here, seems to be bigger. So this one I just push. This one you descend, slide, just push here. That is probably planning to do something like this, but here just connect. It's not even that good for this side, and I wonder how much is it going to protect. Because locally here it's not good for the corner archie. Now to block and to slide is kind of not working. So yeah, I think this is pretty bad exchange, unless you get some compensation here, but I don't get. I mean, it should be this one, because if not, it doesn't make sense to play here. Or yeah, here. So try to just push. Actually, maybe you could just sack here, get the whole top right corner. Seems to be a reasonable thing. Maybe here. 1, 2, 3, 4. More complicated, but yeah, I think you just push here simply. Maybe could Kosumi here. I mean, this could be better. Extend. Because push is gonna be at the same shape, and yeah, you want to have the stone here rather than this one if white's gonna extend anyways. Yeah, I think here is better. Cause I don't think white can attach here. Or play this one, because now I can just take here. Yeah, so that one I could play away, so sack here. just jump. But probably still connecting seems to be fine. Because here there's no way to really surround this stones. Maybe push,
2、
but
3、
then extend. Yeah, I mean,
5、
looks difficult really for white to do this kind of things. And we have center moves maybe here, so also trying to... Maybe this was easier to just take here and let white play this one. Okay, we'll attach this way and probably just be taking this whole group here. And still this group isn't settled, so you can continue with the attack.
2、3、4、
Maybe
5、
just this one.
6、7、8。
Not sure. Probably attaching is better. Like it's intuition stuff. But question is if white can wedge or not.
1、
And we want to
2、
go back here and
3、
cut so
4、
that this group is
5。
fine. Okay, so let's go play here. But that one, there is a reason to go here as well. Should probably block once. Maybe this.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Like at any point you could squeeze here, so this side you should be fine. Want to honey here.
1、2、3、
Maybe you still just push and cut.
6、7、8。
Still continue to maybe have some sack ideas here if you can destroy everything else. But yeah, I mean this is... Okay, maybe honey here first.
2、3、4、5。
What I'm doing is definitely... It's getting shaky here. Atari here. Connect this way would be nice.
1、
Cut honey.
2、3、4、5、6、7。
Yeah, that would be nice if it works, but white can win the race, so we need to connect. I think I'm just messing this up massively.
6、7。
We need to limit the damage to here. So white would probably... Yeah, I thought cut here simply, but... Okay, so that one will cut. I think this could probably turn here. Maybe Maybe I need to go back.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
This is super close. I think you can't play here because there's this extension from black.
1、2、3。
And now you go back.
1、2、3、4、5、6。
Feels like I'm messing quite a bit. Saving the 5's upper side big, but the white 3 middle is the focus. Yeah, because now I need to focus here on, I think.
1、
Yeah, this kind of Atari is actually pretty big here to take this away. Yeah, I'm really not playing good. I gotta be honest, but happens maybe a bit too often, but
1、2、3、4、5、6。
block here to threaten this kind of thing. Yeah. This is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, yeah, 30 points, a bit even more. Yeah, even just taking seems to be a good move. Damn, this. It's probably around 40, something around that. That, I think I'll try to push and cut here. This should be annoying. So the plan is to have some sort of squeeze on the outside, connect, and kind of punish this one cut here.
2、3、
Extend
4、
extend here.
5、6、7、8、9。 残り2回です。
Oh yeah, Atari. But now can we just play here? I mean, just call if you want to play like this. And then just get here. This one, just push.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Maybe white is okay with that.
残り1回で
That's
す。
annoying though, if this is good enough. Yeah, I'm just not playing good. Even if you take here, this kind of center looks to be quite nice. Probably want to take this center away and still
3、4、
have
5、
some squeeze rather than
6、
just take.
7。
So this locally here, it's about 30, yeah, 35 points ish. You can probably count both as like 15, so 15, 16, 65. Need to go back and cut here if possible. Yeah, I need to Hane, because connect white can ignore and play here. Surround, lose the race. Yeah, and even
1、
probably lose
2、
some points here as
3、
well.
4、
So there is this type of move that is left, so white needs to put some move at some point. This will extend here. Atari might be quite big here. Take this kind of center away.
1、2、3、4、5。
Here you can push this way. So this one white will push here, so that's the plan.
1、
But yeah, I think this is... just going to work this way. Next, if I can honey here in center, because if I can push connect, you could just take here.
1、
And
2、
kind of protect
3、
this cutting point.
4、5、6、7、8。
It is painful. And I need to go back here, because if not, white can honey here. Just win the race. Or technically, it's maybe still call, but... yeah, I don't have call right here on the top side. You just... maybe could go for it.
2、
First honey
3、
here.
4、5、
But
6、
yeah, that,
7。
I think we need to put a move. Maybe honey here first was more important than this one. But yeah, the thing is, if white can play here... It's also shrinked quite a bit, so black's territory. I'd like to play something around here.
1、2、3、4、5、6。
Yeah, even that, I mean, oh god, like,
1、
I'm just...
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
we are not playing well. So here we have some forcing moves to cut here Atari this way, so we might have this kind of thing here. Cut here shouldn't really work.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Let's turn here first. Locally, you can maybe attach here, try to do something here, depending on how white connects. Okay.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
I think you cut here. Try to go for this cut here, Atari cut here. So Atari this way, locally I'm losing points, but if I can play here, kind of save this three, it's better than the loss we're having here. Just threatening the whole group here. In fact, can we squeeze this way? That's not going to work. So just Atari here. Then going to play this one right here. Maybe just descend simply is better, losing less points.
1、
But yeah, I think you attach. So gonna be a bit of damage on the top right, but if I can... Maybe he's gonna try to honey and take this.
1、2、
But it
3、
doesn't seem to
4、
work.
5、6、7、8、9。残り1
So the
回
goal
です。
is kind of this kind of thing. So here, yeah, just go back and then try to push and cut. Try to win the race. And if I can save this stones, then you can see this group here, whole group on the bottom right is really in danger. And yeah, that seems to be... This is Free Liberties here. And this Atari center, so white cannot really wedge here, try to do some things. Maybe even just take, but here this one Atari. Probably just connect.
1、2、
Yeah,
3、
this seems
4、5、
very dead for
6、
me.
7、8、9。
The only thing that white might... Yeah, okay. I think that's white kind of messed up here on the bottom. So probably this one should connect here. And then there's no Aji around here. GG's. Yes, feels a bit dodgy win, but I did still kind of use this complications Aji here. And yeah, a win is a win. So yeah, you need to be careful about this cunning points because you don't want to Atari this way. And I think it was a good find to go from here. After this one, yeah, if you try to save everything here, I think it's very difficult to do something about here. It's a good win, sirs, promise. Thank you, Intricate. Yeah, I could have played way better. I think this here just lost too many points. Yeah, this attachment was a good kind of response. Maybe could go from the outside like this. It's gonna be kind of the same-ish. But yeah, maybe there's just this and just take here. Yeah, it seems to be good enough if you can just take here. Maybe this kind of thing. You cut here, the outside. Yeah, probably here I should just push. Not take here, just push this way. Because cut you can just take, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, get the outside, don't care about this Hane too much. And yeah, when you get the outside here, it's also getting stronger, so just destroy the Moyo here and there's nothing left for white. Yeah, he just seems to be... Maybe here to connect was a bit too greedy. I should just like jump something around here, let white take, and then kind of push here. But yeah, white is actually catching up with points this way. Play something around here. Yeah, this is painful. Because maybe I could have some forcing moves from here and keep the connection. And now I just took it all away. But probably the worst move is this. Yeah, probably should push here. This one you can just push it all the way. Because white can never cut here, and if take, you can just go back, and these stones in the middle are just kind of a luggage for white, some weakness. And still, you just destroy the whole white potential, and this is not going to be good. So yeah, this is weird here, the way I played. But yeah, the end was a good kind of thing to do. And even that one I can just not connect. I want to show you this one maybe. So if you play here, white can atari either both sides, and then you can just cut here. So this doesn't work, even if you have this one. Just take everything. So black cannot connect here. Yeah, we're fortunate to find this one right here and have this. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if you still hear Abdapala, so if you are here, let me know. We can play a game from now. And in the meantime, I'll show you this screen. And EduQ, I don't know if you're still here, but yeah, it's a good intuition to try to go for a cut and try to think like what happens afterwards. Yeah, if you're not here, then okay, might take a short break here, just a tad bit, and go back for another game here for the day. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. Stay tuned, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, thanks for staying. So yeah, I'll be playing one more game here for the day. And just to tell you, if you haven't checked my YouTube channel, I'll be happy if you can go there. Probably will be posting some stuff in the future. So yeah, I'm double streaming right now, and would be happy if you can sub over there as well. And for now, let me just try to find some opponent in the meantime. I think I want to be able to play a bit better than last game, especially if you want to go up and continue to win at 8 done. We need to take this kind of mistakes away, because maybe here they will give you more rope to get back or whatnot, but 1 done higher is going to be a bit more difficult. Okay, let's go. Switch the screens. I am black this time again. Let's go. Seems to be all good. So I continue to play this kind of opening here. Just okay, do we play 3 point at this one? Which one does he have something prepped? Guess this is just going to cap here. There's this kind of attachment stuff where I don't really know. Just take the 3 point, just ignore him. Yeah, but taking here seems to be pretty big. And then probably jump and then attach is the move to go. You could just ignore, obviously, but I want to play against this. Yeah, I think just jump. If block, you can attach here. And this one, yeah, I can just crawl. And it gets back to this kind of 5-4 point and getting in 3-3. So this is not really scary or anything. Just... So there's 2 ways to think here. You could try to like crawl a few times, take center, go take the corner, or you could play a bit slowly like this. But maybe in this case white could just turn here and wedge, which you probably don't really like, so maybe not playing simply this one. Because against here, turn wedge, you cannot cut here. Extend, this is gonna be in trouble. Yeah, I think you crawl once more. And this one, maybe you can place this and then slide. Could be an option, but yeah, probably just crawl. And then slide. Maybe this is not really good. Don't know my Joseki stuff too much. But you want to think about concepts here. So usually you want to crawl. If your plan is to take center, you want to crawl until this block isn't like painful or center to the corner. Yeah, I mean this seems a bit too soft, but then here block, this kind of wedge here again, and then hane. Maybe you could play this and be fine, but still this kind of peep here, cause maybe I play this to also take this kind of attachment away from white. Yeah, we might need to protect against this, so we need to play this one. Or can we attach this way? Cut here, just push through. Maybe without this, could have attached here. Honey, cut, take, you just push through here and kind of ask the question of these 4 stones. And if white blocks from the outside, yeah, then you can take Sente and just go here. I guess let's try to think here. Crafty, welcome. Yeah, so we'll try to make some videos. So I will at some point make this kind of link to my channel. But for now, you can go at OGS here and look at the rules of the game. But yeah, definitely we need to figure out a good way to kind of introduce to people. So something I'm thinking about these days. Yeah, if you can go here through, maybe there's this, like cut and then play here. Yeah, so if black can push through here, these stones, 4 stones are going to be in a tough spot and it's kind of heavy. Maybe white can play this kind of thing on wedge. But then again, like this wall, I don't know like how much it is effective or not. I thought it was like chat rules. I know go, fortunately. Oh, okay. No, there's no chat rules here. I mean, some common sense. That's the rules. Sometimes there's like bots or whatnot, but it's not like too bad. Okay, maybe white didn't expect this kind of attachment right here. Maybe this is not Joseki at all, but it seems to be still a good asking move here. I don't know what, like when your opponent tanks here, it's definitely more towards, like your opponent's probably thinking more towards like aggressive moves like this. And then maybe just tracked back here. Now you can take Sente. Like this kind of block isn't really a problem. Question is, do you want to play this? Or sometimes you could approach this way and kind of try to really take this influence away. If pincer just jump. Maybe in this case I'll try to approach here. But still taking corners seems to be good. But then you need at some point to try to invade. Yeah, this is probably close. I mean, both plans seems to be good. Like you could play this one or just play here. Approach this way could be also played, I guess. But I prefer these two probably. You know what? Let's play it this time right here. Yeah, against this, you could actually just take the corner here. Because like shoulder hit looks like a good point. And what the meaning of this move is, like against this, black can jump and then counterplay on this one stone. Whereas if it's one line kind of behind here, for black when you jump it's less effective to do something against this. So probably it is better. I think there was some Joseki stuff with this attachment, but I don't know it too much. This could be an idea, because here strengthening this side isn't too much of a problem. But probably double approaching or taking the corner seems much more reasonable overall. Yeah, let's take the corner. Because this kind of move, or maybe F10 or G10 seems to be good next, kind of following up with short hit and decreasing this kind of moyo in a good way. And the problem with this is like this kind of B6 follow up after the jump here is a problem against this wall here. Yeah, you can continue with this, but it's a bit slow. And knowledge before AI probably wants to, like, you could respond this way and then try to aim at this kind of spot. And if you play white can attach here in center and then descend, gain a little bit around here. But I guess you could just play this kind of thing. Just split, reduce this moyo here. Or could be a bit too early. Like, it really depends, like, if white can play something around here, this area. If this is becoming too big, then you probably need to play something around here. But for now, this is what? So if this is all territory, let's say, to this line right here at the G. Roughly. It's roughly like 45 points if this is all territory here. Which is not that big when you think about it. So just enclosing here seems to be the biggest point of the board. And then if white tries to play here, just continue to ignore, and then maybe at some point we can play. I think just enclosing here seems to be good. Which way do you want to go though? This kind of thing, there's shoulder hit. So I'd rather have a stone that is high, also to reduce here. Maybe this one still, because to play here at L17 is kind of awkward. And here, white could attach. Have some forcing moves against the corner still, so yeah, I'll go here. Yeah, so against the attach, you just descend. I mean, you could push and then descend. Both seems good. Yeah, maybe you do this. So the thing is, Hane, for example, white can peep here and cut. Oh no, actually, this Hane, sorry, would probably Hane it this way. Or even just play something else. And then you need to go back anyway, so it's better to just descend. And you cannot push here, so this is the key. Because white can push this way, block, cut in Atari, and then cut again here. So you need to descend, usually to respond this one. And yeah, white continues to play as well. I think black is slightly better, but it's not definitely over at this point. Could just respond, could pincer something around here. Looks good to expand here, pincer at the same time, although it's a bit kind of distant pincer. It's definitely a move. Or you could play this one against this attach here, kind of push through Joseki, which I play quite a lot personally. Maybe against respond, white will just try to play the star point.
秒読みを始めます。
Kind of increase this whole board. Yeah, you want to relate with stuff here and then jump, but maybe you need to have some sort of support. This move I haven't seen in a long time. I think here I kind of want to pincer. You could also attach. Just responding here, white is extending in kind of the area that black wants to play, so I think here makes sense.
1、2、
Against this one, just
3、
attach.
4、5、6、7、8、9。
Could be too slow. Maybe just attaching here was a bit better, but gonna go with this. Give some points to white, because we have already kind of corners. And if the ladder is good this way, you can play this one and hane, and the shape is a bit better.
1、
But in this case,
2、
white
3、
has stones here,
4。
so attaching this way is the way to go. If this one, you can just extend here. Block this one, white can actually hane here, so it's not good. Need to play here. Kind of old joseki you don't see anymore. Slide maybe. Yeah, so this problem is a bit awkward with this kind of stones here. And I feel like attaching here seems to be a really good point. Because blocking here isn't like making much points, and actually you can get a lot of this in the outside. And let's say white plays this standard hane and then extend, you can still block, keep the corner.
5、
So this seems to be in a really good position to play this attach extend. And one downside of playing this attach extend is like it strengthens these stones, but here don't mind, because as you can see, the value of playing here isn't that big,
1、
and
2、
the benefit on this side
3。
is bigger, so she's like this pretty good point. That one actually, should we hane it this way? Yeah, I don't really know this one too much.
3、4、5、6、7、8。
Probably hane from here, but you could go from the other side. Question is, do we cut here or atari from here? I think this is definitely possible. And then block, cut, I just extend here.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Yeah, let's play here. Maybe we still need to cut here and connect. But it's something I kind of think it's reasonable here to get the outside. And still there's this cut here. This cut, just descend. And turn here, I can just connect. It's not really doing much. Still having this cut, so white needs to play something. But yeah, this seems to be, I think, good for black.
1、2、3、
You
4、
need to connect this way.
5、
Yeah.
6。
So white Atari's question is, do you connect or play this? But probably the shape should be this one. Because here white can push. If white plays this kind of call, you could take.
1、2、3、
That damage a lot, but yeah, I think you block this way. It's important not to be scared of this kind of thing. I think we turn here, threaten to cut here Atari. Cut. This might be an overplay.
2、3、4、5。
I think you turn. And then take here. Very thick, and yeah, if this is au centre, this seems to be really good for black. I just kept the corner, white did play the low value spot, and we get the outside. Maybe now I can play some move around here. Yeah, this is point you want to actually think, because the fight on the bottom side is over. So try to estimate how points we have. 20. Here. Something around 30, let's say. 50 points. 50. Yeah, we still need to reduce quite a bit here. Could ask a move here. Probably white's gonna hunt it this way. But let's see. This one white could maybe play here. Probably could try to think of jumping and whatnot, but it's just scary. You need to read quite a bit to be confident doing this.
6、7、8、9。残り1回です。
So we could try to erase everything, try to live here, or try to reduce from top side, kind of be a bit more balanced. Yeah, I think peep here and you could block once. I think it's all good.
3、4、5、6。
Maybe you attach this one, then extend.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably you could have probably played this kind of tiger's mouth here, in fact. But back to attach extend. Should I not tempted to attach cut? Oh yeah, this one attach cut could have been maybe something to think of. Storm Papa, yeah. That is definitely a reasonable question. I think now probably this kind of thing. So you could just give this area if you get the outside should be good enough.
2,
But then
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
maybe going from here. And now this one you hane here. Yeah, this seems to be good enough. Just sack here, get here at this point. But that one doesn't seem to work. Because I can cut here, crawl. Then go back and actually live in twice. So this one extend, cut here, crawl again.
1,
Unless I
2,
missed something.
3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, this doesn't seem to work. Cut here at this one. You can get an outside squeeze maybe.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Maybe that wasn't the way to go. So you can live this way in twice actually. It's pretty neat, but... And now I actually reduced everything. Maybe there's some achi here. Could crawl once more, in fact.
2、3、4、
Sane.
5、6、7、8。
I'm not sure. Maybe he should have crawled once more. But... I feel like this is already good enough, and then I'm threatening here, so white will probably play something. Took away a lot of points, but maybe there were some different variations here. Atari the other way wasn't better. Yeah, this one, you could have, yeah, could have been some different variations, I think. Just seemed the most simple, but Sugar Dintasia for sure. That one I'll ignore. Maybe there's some cutting stuff. Seems to be annoying to play this one. Because if you cut here, this is not settled yet.
2、3。
Maybe still cannot really. But still we can jump and maybe play this one, so cap could be a thing to aim at here.
1、2、3、4、5、6。
Yeah, I want to cap and aim at this one. So yeah, I chose this variation because at least I know I'm 100% alive. And we took some whites kind of area. Yeah. But that one there's meaning that you actually take weak points away from black. So not sure if this is good or not. Just connecting here.
1、2、3、4。
Next, this jump is really big from black. Gotta take it up for daycare. Thanks, Intricate, for watching. Good luck. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'll try to review later. This is probably a good attachment. This is a good move. I think finally white has played some. But maybe still you honey here and descend. Cut off this one stone here, because here it's really strong, so
3、4、
you don't need to. And against Hane you just cut. Maybe you'll play this Kosumi this way to put a bit more pressure against this. But yeah, descend here, it's gonna be better against these two stones. It is kind of close.
2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
Let me play this one. Maybe descent was a bit better, but so turn I extend here and try to cut off this one stone and surround here. So you don't want to get Atari, so extend, maybe Kosumi here. But then you can still turn here. Maybe not.
1、2、3、4、
Yeah.
5。
Maybe it's questionable after this one. Could peep this way. But yeah, that one seems like if I extend, if you connect, I can just play this knight's move, and for white is just not a very good shape, and if you block here I can just push and cut, and this seems to be in big trouble. So I think Kosumi was better for white to play. It's a bit too direct when my outside is really strong. You want to play a bit distant to the stones. Because you're not in a position to say you can go for the most aggressive moves here as white, because you're trying to settle in a black sea of stones. Unless maybe the plan is to still block and sack here to take the whole side here. I think, yeah, this is probably bad. Yeah, you can peep here, but still, if you get pushed and cut here, I think white's plan is not really... Like, the initial plan, it's definitely not this. Maybe just descend. Don't know if I block here, because block you can push Atari and then extend. Yeah, I think it should block. Because this already, the shape is like not the best for white. Okay. Would try to push here a peep this way. Put pressure. It's also protecting a little bit here. Atari might not be center, so I cannot play this one. Actually, I want to play here at some point. We need maybe to be a bit careful about this group right here, because with this descent, lack some space. Yeah, I think push here seems to be important. Maybe you can jump here first.
1, 2,
and then
3,
push.
4, 5.
Yes, I have this exchange. And we have this kind of thing in almost center, because we can Hane here, threaten to play this one. And trying to surround here.
1, 2, 3,
to
4,
make
5,
white put some over on the
6,
inside.
7.
Having some support against this group as well. Hane. I think you play here. But I can block and then threaten to Hane. Yeah, I don't think white's moves is good here. You can block, connect here, play this one, Hane in center. Then probably just Hane here.
1,
And white needs to
2,
put some move.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but if you play here, still you can push cut. And this is not still alive, because I can threaten to play this one. And if white needs to play this one, then yeah, the whole plan is kind of crumbling in front of your eyes. Because now if I can push here, play this one, you can just not play anything, the corner is totally fine. And still you need to put a move probably, because next black can like type of hane here. Threaten to go after. Maybe technique. Okay, you can play away and be fine with this group to be alive, in fact, but still this push is really big. Yeah, white has no points left. Like, yeah, you have this one. Would have wanted to jump, but still going to block this way. Because you don't want to have this kind of point, weak point here. And maybe we could play this type of move and then crawl. But yeah, maybe you put a move around here. I'm not sure.
5、6、7、8、9
Yeah, maybe I played this one. Because I'm actually wanting to aim at this kind of jump here. Could go back. Could go play this one. We need to be careful to not overplay too much. But this seems kind of like very painful. So here, cut, I just block this way. And it's not a ladder because of these two stones. And if I push here, white needs to block this way. So it's important to feel liberty here to have this push. And if Atari still turn here and the connection isn't really strong. Yeah, maybe I'm overplaying a bit. Like, do you need to play this way? Maybe not, but I think it's still okay. It should be manageable. Yeah, this kind of thing is annoying, but I mean, maybe in fact I play away and push because this is just too painful. Yeah, I mean, this seems like a world of pain here, because you can still extend here, and then you can go back. Maybe white will play this one as played, because if you just respawn, black will just go back. What? Probably just extend. Yeah, I think white is trying to attack against these two stones here. But I mean, I have still this kind of thing, like
1、2、3、4、5、6
could have jumped maybe. So the goal as black is really to go for the attack at the whole white group here, because as you can see it's surrounded. So white will try to make some eye shape with this group here. And it's still pretty big to extend because you prevent this type of hane, for example. Yeah, hane cut, interesting. Usually this kind of spots you need to extend, not atari. I think it should be this one.
3、4
There's no way of white to capture this one stone here, because this is going to be cut atari. So you can take this. White will probably try to extend and make some eye shape over here. So that's a plan. Or connect maybe, but yeah. So if we don't take, white can block here, so need to play this one. Threaten this.
1、2、
Yeah, I think this was a
3、
good sequence
4
from white to Han and cut here. If you go back, I'll peep. Need to be careful a little bit here. I think we just take. Could try to go after
1、2、3、
here
4、5、
first.
6、
But they'll
7
probably just take here. So this way we kind of save these stones. No connection problem. Here there's gotta be some ways to reduce something around here, attach if the outside is a bit stronger. Probably want to cut here simply.
1、2、
Maybe
3、
play
4
some moves around here
5
first.
6、7、8、9
Yeah, we'll cut. Seems to be big to just take this point right here. Threaten this one as well. Yeah, if you need to connect, like this is painful for white. Take this stone in center. Yeah, the question is how can you annoy this group there?
1、2、3、4、5、6
Let me push here this one. If white blocks, you might have this attachment, some forcing moves here. Then maybe this kind of thing. Probably jumping
2
here once
3
is
4
fine.
5
White cannot push here this wedge.
秒読みを始め
Jumping here
ます。
threatening to just take this stone. Then maybe attach. Interesting counter peep. But only what happens if you just push here? You can just take this stone by just pushing. Don't get too much. Yeah, when you push here, white has no way to save this.
1、2 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9
Maybe still should have blocked this way. Not sure. Yeah, probably taking this one stone is just good enough.
1、2、3、4
Like, yeah, white can surround here or block this way. Maybe it wasn't the best move by me.
1、2、3、4、5、6
Yeah, I don't think I can do much anymore. Probably playing something around here.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Let's actually play this one right now. You could go all the way if possible. Attach. Need to read the counterplay that white maybe has.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
Should be good enough to play something around here. Okay, just connect. Let's count. This is 8 points. This now, because we took this one stone, is actually like 10. Maybe you could count both, it's 20. Here 15, so 35, and then here 45 points.
3、
It's 10,
4、5。
15, 2. I actually have here as well, don't forget. 6. Yeah, I have like more than 50 points and I have more captures. So you could take away Komi with captures. White has 15 points here and needs to have like more than 40 on the bottom side here.
3、4、5、
Yeah, seems to be
6。
hard. Just connect. So here you could try to descend. Take center and then play here. So at this point it's just pure endgame, nothing more than that.
1、2、3、4、5。
Guess this kind of block is pretty big because Hane here is center. But maybe you lose points as white here a little bit, so maybe it's just not much difference. There's this Hane here.
2、
Yeah, I think the biggest
3、
point is this one
4、
because you can threaten
5。
here to play this kind of thing. So Hane this way. And don't underestimate this kind of second line Hanes. Yes, block. White is kind of threatening this type of move here to connect on the first line. It's a bit of that. Is there here?
1、2、
Should be a little bit of
3、
Aji this
4、
way.
5、6、7。
I mean, what would block? You cannot let black go in the inside here. I mean, you could play this one and then try to connect on the first line.
1、2、3、4、5。
Because if play here, you can just Atari push through and actually try to kill the stones. So I needs to play here. And then connecting on the first line seems to be extremely big here. Almost 25. The whole complex.
1、2、3、4、5、6、7。
Yeah, I think you just connect here and black is winning by far. Okay, so I don't know if white needed to connect here. So there's the center and there's here. That's it.
1、 2、
I
3、
think we played
4、
this.
5、
So it's can't just another times 22. It's
1、
like 60.
2、3、
Probably winning by like 10, 15 points. Yeah, I could have turned like maybe that was big as well. But cannot play everything. Okay, there's a bit of Aji here. Making some points around here. Okay, white did resign. It's weird timing, but yeah, Fox says 13 by 13.5 points. Are you fluctuating between 7 and 8 dan? Yeah, I am. I think my level is in between the two. And it's nice to see some more convincing wins at 7 dan for the confidence. And also you want to be winning in a good way to have some good expectation at 8 dan as well. So yeah, this is interesting. Maybe this is working. Maybe there's this kind of thing. But you can hunt it this way. Capture these two stones. Maybe you play this one and honey. Capture this way. Yeah, that's way better for black because you just sack this area and you get the whole outside. Don't give up on 6 dan. Yeah. Nice good wins today. Yeah, feels good to have some nice wins. Yeah, I guess, yeah, Atari from the outside is probably a bit cleaner to do so. Because after this, it's kind of tough to, like, Atari, this one can probably just turn. Like, there's this kind of thing. What if you just take... So this is ladder for white. Maybe here... But if you cannot block, I guess Atari from the outside might be a bit problematic. There's probably other moves, like simply playing this one, but then there's this push. Maybe you don't want to peep this way, because sometimes you want to extend here to peep. So simply going this one, Hane here. Then you can play this kind of thing. I think the move is just to play this one here. But maybe this is troublesome. White captures side in that variation. Yeah, if you cannot block, then because of this. Might be a problem for black. But you could also just give up everything and cut here, get the outside. Like that could be a plan. So just push, for example. Let's say even just turn. Yeah, white gets the side, but you can cut here. Play everything this way. And just, yeah, give white this area and get the whole outside. And then, I don't know, play a move. Where do you play? I don't know, throw in a stone somewhere around here. To also... Yeah, this seems also be better. Black can never b6. Actually, let me just go this way. Sorry. Why is it not? Let me leave the room first. Boom. This way, it's better for you guys. There you go. So white can never b6. Maybe it's different coordinates now. Yeah, the problem with this Joseki, this is why AI a lot, like, they put another move, because this kind of block is a problem. Usually black can use this RG to kind of take this influence away. So I guess if you want to play this, it's really urgent to put a move at some point where it's like this. Maybe with this exchange, I don't really know, but way before. Like just playing this one right here. And this way, yeah, you can kind of take this Aji away. If already you feel bad about this position, probably white did play not the best opening, let's say. Yeah, and here you wanted to attach cut. So this one, usually there's ladder involved. So this one right here. Well, I can probably Atari and just play this one. Slide. And if you can take it, so good, but this ladder should be good for white. So it's probably an overplay to kind of cut attach here, stone papa, but it is something. So it's a good concept. So attach cut is a move that you want to play to just give up this area to get the outside. So kind of meaning of this makes sense. But usually you need to have like ladder conditions good for you, and in this case, yeah, white can just play this one. Maybe it's still okay, you get the outside, but there's no reason to cut here when you can just extend and still maybe cut later. So it's more of an aggressive idea, but you need to have like ladders usually. Yeah, this one I felt pretty good. Because you keep the corner, white needs to put still some moves, and you get the outside like this. And having this turn and all this here in center, and you can play here, black is probably in the lead. Like by quite a bit. It all depends on how can you use this kind of push and maybe not cut. Sometimes maybe it's kind of difficult, but yeah, cut RG here, maybe shoulder hit kind of thing. White probably needs to use this kind of weak shape over here and try to invade at some point. Anyways, black tried to live here this time. Yeah, when you can connect and have this kind of weak shape gone, black is usually feeling pretty good here. And yeah, here I would definitely Kosumi as white. Because getting this extension here, it's kind of too direct in positions that black has strong stones all around. And you need to be playing a bit more light as white. Turn is probably fine. Maybe you could play else than turn. Something like this. Seems to have better shape. Cannot attach because there's this kind of thing. Maybe you could still push. But yeah, comparing to this, as you can see, the outside is way different, and this stone is kind of feeling lonely. And still you need to put some moves here. Yeah, I think here probably white was better to just go back kind of this way to have eye shape on this side of the board, not taking Atari here. This seemed pretty bad, because if you play here, I can play this Hane. All these moves and white in the side is not still alive, so you can Hane here. And actually this group is just dead straight away. Because you can remember this 6 in line, even if you play first here, is not enough space to live. If you have 7 in line, first to play you can live, and 8, even if black can play, it's alive. So that's kind of the rule you can remember here on second line sides, life and death type of thing. So yeah, if white needs to go back here, then this is just too painful with this 2 eyes live, and black gained quite a bit here. And yeah, after this I think it's kind of difficult for white to get back. Yep. Okay. Hopefully you enjoyed this game here today. And let me just switch the screens. So let's go here, go through the problem. So what to do as black here? Try to kill white. So first move is important, and you need to use this kind of 3 stones on the bottom that are captured. So I think enter Q, you said. So the first move here is to cut. So you're threatening also to push here at d5 and take these stones. So there's a few ways to respond here as white. Maybe the most natural would be to just take. Let's say if you just Atari, then you can Atari here and squeeze this way, and then just jump. And this is not enough space for white because it's just that shape in 3 in the bottom. So even just this, you can just Atari from the outside, doesn't matter. So Atari here is not going to work. So just taking these 3 stones, it's kind of first move in mind. And what do you do from here? Give you guys a few seconds. D3. You fall in the trap. So if you play D3, unfortunately, intricate. So this one, I think you just block here. What do you do after this? Problem is, you need to Atari here and save these 2 stones. If not, white is just going to be alive. So you'll play here. Then white takes, and when you save, white can actually keep another eye at C1. So this is not going to work. Don't think I missed anything here. Atari take. Yeah, so if you try to take this eye away here, white can play this one. It's not going to work. So it is not D3, but you need to use this weakness. So here you just want to squeeze from this side. When white takes, okay, maybe I'll just show. You can just Atari here. And then maybe what do you do here, I could ask, lastly. There's a move you can save these 2 stones and at the same time kind of take eye shape from white. So just connect, white can jump at B2. So the good move here was to play at C3 here. So you can take these 2 stones and actually save these 2, because here you can just play this way and here just take. And now white has no space to make an eye on this side. So here just push. Not enough space here. And this block you just honey. And it's not changing anything on this side of the board. So white is just dead this way. So that was one variation. So when white takes, you can just squeeze from the outside and take these 2 stones, and white is just dead. Question is, what do you do when white plays this one? So this is another variation you need to read here. So give you guys a few seconds again here. So here you want to see this kind of nose attack attached to be a weakness in the shape. So if you sense this intuitively, that's already pretty good. Here you can attach here, and let's say white takes this 3 stones this way, then you can Atari, take, and then connect. So this is dead, not enough space. Question is, if white plays this one, how would you play? Actually, maybe there's only one move you can play here. So we just connect here. Maybe you need to be a bit careful about stuff. I think Hane, you Atari here and then cut. And this is Atari, so any other move you can take next. If white starts something from here, let's say yeah, nothing's going to change. You can still Atari here and then cut in Atari, so black can take this way and white is dead. So this was also one tricky variation to see. Even this one, you can just Atari here. Take Atari this way. This you just take here. And even Atari this one you could just take here. It's not enough space to live in the corner. It's all good. You can just play here. It's Atari foci. Not enough space. So after this, white has actually no response. And it's just going to be dead this way because you can Atari from the outside. So yeah, I don't know what is the best variation, but maybe this one right here. So you can squeeze and then take here, and it's dead like this. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the stream for today. So we'd like to play a bit more games, but maybe on the weekdays. Could be like this. Maybe I would split the stream in two. Could be doing some training in the middle of the day. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'm streaming here on YouTube at the same time, so I know I'm posting this a few times, but you can go check my channel over there. Would be nice, and thinking of posting some other stuff in the future over there, so check it out. And yeah, if not, thanks for watching. Also, if you're new or haven't pulled the bell on Twitch yet, I'll be happy if you can do so. So I'll be streaming around this time of the day, so evening time Japan, and daily, so tomorrow as well I'll be here. Yeah, and thanks for the support. Let me see if there's... Okay, let's go on telegraph rate. It's nice to have some kind of convincing games. Hopefully you can have a good winning streak and go back to 8 dan again. And yeah, the goal would be to try to improve each day and try not to think too much about the results, but yeah, it feels good to win. So, and hopefully you guys can learn, enjoy, whatever. Still, it's nice to see you guys here on chat. And yeah, thanks everyone for watching me today, and I'll be waiting here. Let's go. And hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow as well. Yeah, nice to have a good stream. Yeah, I'll try. I'll try to do this. But during the day would be probably training, mainly training, and then in the evening time play the games overall. So yeah, hope you have a nice day everyone, and see you guys next time, and bye. I mean during my day. No problem. Okay, anyways, bye, see ya.